Welcome once again to another primetime edition of Pigskin Facts, History and News that must see YT TV show of shows. Pigskin Facts, History and News. I am your host of hosts, Fred Watson. Ba, 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 bam! Welcome back once again. And today we're pretty much going to talk about keys to the game. And then we're going to take a little look into go in depth of a preview of the game between the Redskins and the Lions. I knocked my helmet sideways. Nobody said nothing to me, but I fixed it, and we can move on. Like I said, welcome once again. It's week 12 of the NFL. Like I said, I hope you had a great week going into the weekend. The Redskins and the Lions, they tangle Sunday, and we know already that the Redskins have had a rough year, probably the worst in their history, because as long as I've been a fan since I was 7 years old, and I've seen some pretty bad Redskins teams, but I've never seen anything like this. But Redskins Nation, I will say one thing: be patient. Be patient. Help is on the way, and I know right now that the politics of the game, it makes it not even fun to really watch because of stuff that's going on in the front office. Not going to really get into it, but there's a lot of bull crap. A lot of people want Bruce Allen's head on the platter. They want him out of there. They want him fired. I was recently watching the Louis T network show. It's a podcast that I usually watch, and I admire the job that he's doing on there. He does a great job, and he has a lot of insight and in-depth things going on in the Redskins organization, and he gives a lot of insight more extensively than I give on my show. So I look up to Louis T. But there was a program where he was recently saying there's a gentleman that he knows that has inside sources, and there was something spoken on about Daniel Snyder, the owner, that he's getting to a point where he's getting fed up. He's getting fed up. I'm sure with things going on in the organization, the team not winning, the culture here is not the same like it was in the past. The morale is way down low, and he's getting to a boiling point where he's fed up. And I remember it was probably like back in 2010, I believe, during when Jim Zorn was the coach, right before Shanahan came in, and Vinny Serrato was the vice president of operations, which is now occupied by Bruce Allen. And I remember back then there were things that weren't going right in the organization. The team wasn't good. I think they were like 3-13 or something like that, or 4-12. That was their record. And Snyder got fed up, and heads rolled, and he got some people out of there. People were fired. So I think it's coming back around to that point again. And I don't want to see Bruce Allen there. I mean, the man, saying stuff like, "Oh, it's getting better. The culture's good." Liar, liar, liar. Get him out of there. Start anew. Start fresh. Um, Honestly, I wouldn't mind having a coach like Greg Williams come in, because he's been here before. So he knows all the ins and outs of Redskin Park and what's going on behind the scenes. He's been here before. He's seen it. So we need somebody like that, and somebody that can go to Daniel Snyder and say, "Look, I want control of things coming in. Um, I don't want to be another puppet. I want control of things when I come in as a coach, and Bruce Allen, he needs to go, because I think there's just things going on right now where the coaching staff, they're being used like dummies right now, to be honest. So I'm not gonna get deep into it, but it's just the freaking politics of the game that pisses me off. And I mean, it just doesn't make football fun. Um, so I mean, there's just a lot of changes that need to be made, and I am really looking forward to see what's going to happen. Defensive coordinator Greg Minuski, I don't even know what he's still doing around, but I believe by the end of the year or during the offseason, he's going to be gone. He's going to be gone. There's going to be some coaching changes made. Um, Kevin O'Connell, I don't have a problem with him as being the play caller. And be honest with you, I believe he's probably being held back right now as to what he really wants to do as calling the plays, being the play caller of the offense. But I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna leave that alone. All you haters out there of quarterback Dwayne Haskins, shame on you, shame on you. The not making excuses for the man. He was drafted by an organization, by a coach that really didn't want him, and probably the coaching staff. He lost the coach. Now he's got an interim coach. Early in the season, he was thrown in the fire. He had no reps. He had no preparation. He was thrown into a game time situations where he had no choice. He had to come in, and he didn't perform well. But that's expected of any rookie NFL quarterback that would, go through something like that. So now he's been handed over the keys to the offense. Last week was his second start, his first home start. Um, it was a so-so performance, mediocre. He played terrible in the first half. The second half, he picked it up, played a little better. But one thing I noticed about this kid, he has a lot of potential, and he's a quick learner, and he's improving. And like I said, it's the mechanics of the game that he's got to work on. The footwork and the progressions and reading defenses and just doing different, learning the playbook, being comfortable in the pocket, having a pocket presence. So these things are the mechanics of the game. He's still working on. And when he was at Ohio State, he only played football for 1 year at Ohio State. So he was redshirted. He had to sit down 2 seasons, and he had to learn. And it's on a bigger level, and he will get there. I believe that this quarterback has the potential to be a great NFL quarterback. So those of you that are sitting at home and you got your freaking little stupid opinions about this rookie quarterback, will you get your Bob Bowley's Turkey Deluxe deli sandwich eating MFs? You get your ass off of your couch and you play quarterback, and you try to see how easy it is. It's not. You couldn't do it. So stop criticizing this man. So just stay at home, shut the hell up, eat your barbecue chips, and drink your beer, and keep your fat belly and your gut and your negative conversations and your comments to yourself. He's a rookie quarterback. All rookie quarterbacks don't start off taken out of the gate. Kyler Murray right now, the Arizona, he's got an offense that's fitted for him. He's got a coach that's tailor-made an offense fit for him. And he started right away, and he gets all the he's doing wonderful. Dwayne Haskins hadn't had that. He's had it the hard way. But I will say that there was a time early in the year where running back Adrian Peterson came to him and told him, hey, you need to get your head in that playbook, and you need to learn. You need to learn. And now quarterback Alex Smith is working side by side with him, and he basically told him, he said, hey, block out all of the distractions, focus on what you need to be doing, and you do your best. Good sound advice from a vet quarterback. So He's learning. He's learning. He's learning right now. He's going through the hardships right now, and he's going through the growing pains of a rookie quarterback. But he needs that because that adversity will make him better as a quarterback, and that's what it's doing. The adversity that he's going through, the being sacked, running out of the pocket, not being able to make it the correct reads. He's learning. He's learning. It's all a part of the game. It's a process. Give him time. Troy Aikman, the Hall of Famer, quarterback, the Dallas Cowboys, when he first started his rookie year, he didn't start off as roses. He had a rough time. And it didn't look like that he was going to make it. And look what happened. Look what happened. Marcus Mariota, quarterback in the Tennessee Titans. He's not even playing right now. Ryan Tannehill is playing in his place. Marcus Mariota, his rookie season, got off to a phenomenal start. Phenomenal start. 6 touchdown passes. No interceptions his first couple of games. But where is he now? Not even playing. Struggling. Not even a starter. So you can't judge somebody off of where he threw 4 interceptions. Oh, he can't stay in the pocket. Oh, he can't make his reads or his progressions. He's learning. He's learning. It's just like when you start a new job. You don't know all the intricacies of the job. You don't know all the details. You don't do everything right. You're not employee of the month. Why? Because you're learning. It's an ongoing process. It's a process. Same thing here. Not making excuses for him. And yes, he has to show an example and show his teammates and develop trust by showing them that he has a strong work ethic, by showing them that he's the first one to show up and the last one to leave. All of that will come in time. All of that will come in time. So right now, he's learning. He just started. Now he's on the field. Now he can go in the film room after the 2 starts and see where he went wrong and go from there. But I still believe that this kid is gonna be a great one. You can't judge a draft after the first year of football. It takes a lot of years to really sit back and say, was this draft pick worth it? Was this draft pick beneficial to the team? Did this player actually make a contribution? Did this player grow as a player? Did he blossom and develop into all-pro? Did he blossom and develop into a core player for the team or someone that the team can depend on or a star player? These things take time and they take years. So you can't judge off of what happened after a year. So you take your turkey-eating, pepperoni, Italian sausage-eating ass, sit on your couch, and shut the hell up and sit back and watch this man develop. Until then, if you don't like it, well, you get your ass up, go down to Redskin Park, apply for a job and get into a uniform and get your fat ass in shape and let's see what you can do. But if not, then shut up. Shut up and watch. The culture now in DC and the Redskin Nation is pretty bad. I was just reading recently to get into the games. It's like $5. $5 just to get into the game. I mean, man, that's 2 cups of coffee. That doesn't even fill the gas tank. So it's pretty rough right now. There's a lot of empty seats. But don't worry, this thing somehow, some way will get turned around. And when it does, we'll look back and we'll appreciate this time. It's difficult now. A lot of fans are frustrated, but don't take it out. Don't take out years of frustration on an organization, on new players. It's not their fault. And I'm sure there's things in the front office that a lot of things that need to be changed that will be changed. So stay tuned for that. Um, I wanted to go over there's 5 keys on offense and defense for the Redskins to win this game over Detroit. First, I want to look at the defense, the 5 keys. The first key is the Detroit Lions have a quarterback by the name of Jeff Driscoll. He's playing in the place of starting quarterback Matthew Stafford, who's out with a spine injury. Driscoll, in his own right, is a competent football player. He is a quarterback that will use his legs, that will run, that will hurt you. He's an efficient passer in the pocket. So the first thing that the Redskins are going to have to do is they're going to have to keep Driscoll in the pocket and contain him. Um, they have a lot of weapons. Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones. They have some weapons in the receiving corps. They're going to have to contain this quarterback. Put a spy on him, a linebacker, whatever. Keep him in the pocket and put pressure on him. Don't let him pick up first downs running the ball when everyone else is covered and he tucks the ball and runs. They've got to keep him in the pocket and they've got to contain him. Key number 2, put constant pressure. They did not do that last week against quarterback Sam Darnold on the New York Jets. He was sacked twice, but there was no constant pressure, and they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to control the line of scrimmage on defense. So the Alabama wall is going to have to come to life. Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Matt Ioannidis, Tim Settle, Caleb Brantley, these guys on the line, linebackers, Ryan Kerrigan, Montez Sweat, these guys are going to have to come to life this week. And they're going to have to get off these blocks, and they're going to have to hit the quarterback. They're going to have to hit him in his mouth. But they're going to have to control the line of scrimmage. Football is a game of inches. If they can control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, they will win this game. Number 3, stop them on third down, get them off of the field, and shut down the run. The Redskins have not been very good with this. They've been terrible against the run. The Jets didn't run for 200 yards or nothing like that last week, but when they needed to, they were effective, and it kept the ball moving for them. The Redskins are going to have to stop that. Like I said, they're going to have to control the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to break through the line, get off the blocks, and create tackles for losses. They're going to have to do that. They're going to have to gang tackle. Stop the yards after the catch. And I've seen this all year where receivers or the tight end would get open and they have these gaping runs after the catch. They're going to have to stop that. They're going to have to stuff the run at the line of scrimmage and make it difficult for Detroit to advance the ball. They're going to have to create and put them in third and long situations. Number 4, prevent them from their bread and butter. And their bread and butter, Detroit's bread and butter, is the passing game. They're going to have to not let them partake and eat of their bread and butter. They're going to have to put the clamps on the passing game. The secondary is going to have to do much better. Quentin Dunbar has been playing very well, corner. It's almost like he's becoming a shutdown corner. Safeties, Monte Nicholson, he's playing this week. Landon Collins. Josh Norman, I mean, dude, you're going to have to play your best game of the year. You're going to have to be like a wet blanket on the Detroit party. You're going to have to put that fire out. They're going to have to stop them from passing the ball upfield. And this goes back to pressuring the quarterback. collapsing the pocket, and doing damage up front. They're going to have to stop it. Detroit, they have a lot of weapons. They're tight end Hawkinson. He's a rookie. This guy is an excellent blocker as well as receiver. And all year long, the Redskins have been having problems with the tight end. Last week it was Ryan Griffin. I mean, this guy was playing like Gronk, Rob Gronkowski, who's now retired, formerly the New England Patriots. It's like he came out of retirement and jumped in his uniform and played for the New York Jets. This guy was killing them last week. Catching the ball in the open field, yards after the catch. They are going to have to find a way to stop these tight ends from getting open, because it opens everything else down the field. When the tight end can come underneath and catch passes, it opens the passing game deeper downfield. They're going to have to stop this. And it even opens up the running game. So they're going to have to find a way to come up with a better plan to shut down the tight end. And they're going to have to limit big plays down the field. And that's been killing them all year. And the fifth thing is they're going to have to keep Detroit out of the end zone. Keep them out of the red zone. Keep them out of the end zone. They're just going to have a bend but don't break defensive mentality. The defense has just been horrible, garbage all year. And that was supposed to be one of our strong suits, but apparently that hasn't been the case. So they're going to have to really, really come up with a strong defensive game plan, and they're all going to have to be on the same page. Offense, 5 keys. Protect quarterback Dwayne Haskins. Keep his jersey clean. They're going to have to allow him time to read his progressions, to look down the field, to make check downs if he has to better read the defense, and to see wide receivers open and get the ball there as quick as he can, and as quick as the receivers can create separation and get open. They're going to have to protect them. They're going to have to give him time. And if they can do that, they can control the line of scrimmage, then he'll be more effective passing the ball, getting the ball upfield. Number 2, they're going to have to run the ball effectively. Darius Geis, Adrian Peterson. They're going to have to create holes up front. They're going to have to create running lanes up front. And they're going to have to push that Detroit defense back. If they can do that, then they will be effective running the ball. They will be very effective. And they'll give themselves more first downs. They'll create more third and short situations instead of third and long. They'll keep that Detroit offense off the field, and they'll chew up the clock. And if they can score and have a good running game all throughout the game, they'll win the game. They'll win this game. Number 3, they're going to have to convert on third down, and they're going to have to keep it, like I said, third and short. Get in situations where it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Bam, you could run the ball effectively. If you could push that line back and have an effective running game, you'll get first downs all game. You'll advance the ball. You'll eventually get into the red zone, and you'll eventually get into the end zone. They need to score touchdowns, not field goals. So they're going to have to convert first downs, and this goes hand in hand with the running game being effective, because the running game opens up the passing game. So if they can do this, if they can control the line of scrimmage and push that stingy Detroit defensive front back, they'll win the game. Number 4, pass the ball downfield effectively. And this goes back to the offensive line protecting the quarterback. So if they can do that, then he can get the ball out of his hands quicker, and he can get it into the hands of his receivers, McLaurin. Then you got Kelvin Harmon. You got Trey Quinn coming out of the slot. I think Paul Richardson might be coming back. So we'll see how that goes. And the wide receivers, they're going to need to create separation. Terry McLaurin, excellent route runner. Very interesting matchup this week. He'll be going up against the Detroit Lions, the corner Darius Slay, who is very, very, a very, very good corner and very fast. So that's going to be an intriguing matchup. But yeah, they're going to have to create separation, and they've had a lot of drop balls the past few weeks. They're going to have to do better catching the ball. Receivers, tight ends, running backs, they're going to have to be on point catching the ball. And the fifth thing, that a key to win this game is they're going to have to score early and often. They're going to have to, the running game has to keep rolling. It needs to be effective. And if that's effective, they'll get down the field. If they pass the ball efficiently down the field and protect Dwayne in the pocket, he'll get the ball there. And they'll advance the ball down the field. And they'll keep that clock running. And as they're scoring and they score early and often, it puts heavy pressure on the other team's offense. And if they can do that, and they will control the clock, they will eat up a lot of clock, and they will eventually wear the Detroit defense down. So those are my 5 keys on both sides of the ball. So we're gonna see what happens. So let's take a look at the Redskins matchup against the Lions. The Redskins offense against the Lions defense. Rookie quarterback Dwayne Haskins, he's made improvements from the first half to the second half last week. Played a terrible first half. Second half got a little better, but he was sacked quite often. But those are the growing pains, part of being a rookie quarterback. He started off slow, sloppy, but he finished the game strong with hope and something to build on. So there were quite a few good plays that he had. So that's something to build on, and it's a positive moving forward. And that's what they need. So he will have another shot to grow and improve his play against the Lions coming up. And hopefully the coaches will come up with a excellent game plan that will allow him to operate in an offense that he's comfortable with. So as they're looking to find ways to get him comfortable, he will get better and he will improve. The Lions have allowed the 3rd most passing yards per game in the NFL so far this season, and they've allowed the 9th most rushing yards per game. So their defense is ranked 26th in the league. So the Redskins should be able to, even though the Lions are statistically vulnerable, they do have the talent to beat a lot of teams. Darius Slay is still one of their better cornerbacks in the league, and he'll be matched up against Redskins rookie He'll be matched up against Redskins rookie wide receiver Terry McLaurin. So the Lions defensive front, they have experience. Damon Harrison, Mike Daniels, Trey Flowers, who can all take an advantage of a struggling offensive line. So the Redskins are going to have to control the line of scrimmage, and they're going to have to craft a game plan where their offensive line is really going to have to come together. Because if they don't, these guys are going to wreak havoc all day, and it's going to be a long day for the Redskins if they don't. So, yeah. So the Redskins are going to have to, like I said, the Detroit Lions, they're ranked 26 on defense. So they should be able to expose them and find some weaknesses and exploit them in this game and use that to their advantage to win this ball game. Jared Davis is their linebacker who's been playing well as of late. So look out for him. Despite their talent, the Lions defense is they're still an incomplete unit. So this should allow the Redskins to look at film and find some weaknesses on that side of the ball for the Lions and expose it and take advantage of it. So hopefully they've already done that, and hopefully they've crafted a game plan that will allow them to use those advantages. Expose some leaks in the defense where they can run the ball effectively. Expose some leaks in the secondary where they can pass the ball and get the ball upfield. So it'll be interesting to see. So we'll see what happens. On the ground, Darius Geis, who is back and healthy, he'll match up well against Detroit. And through the air, Dwayne Haskins will have an opportunity to rectify his mistakes that he made last week while learning and growing and making improvements to his skill set. And I believe he will, on a positive note. So more players need to step up on the Redskins and get heavily involved in the offense. Intriguing matchup, speed versus speed. Like I said, Terry McLaurin against Darius Slay. Slay ran a 4.36 at the NFL Combine in 2013. He's an excellent cover man. And Terry McLaurin is an excellent route runner, and he runs a 4.3 himself. A very good receiver with great hands. So on Sunday, when these two meet, something's got to give. Something has got to give. The Redskins defense against the Detroit Lions offense. The Redskins will face Lions quarterback Jeff Driscoll. Like I said, Matthew Stafford is out with an spinal injury. And the fact that Stafford is not playing is a plus. But quarterback Jeff Driscoll is a very good quarterback in his own right. And he's one of those quarterbacks that likes to tuck the ball and run. And the Redskins, as you know, all year have had problems with this. So, like I said, they're going to have to craft a game plan where they can keep Driscoll in the pocket, put a spy on him, put a linebacker on him, keep him from running the ball, keep and pressure him, hit him in the mouth. Bow! But Driscoll is 0-2 as a starter, but he's produced and he's played effectively. He's been efficient. He has 4 touchdown passes and only 1 interception in 2 games. It's not bad. He can pass the ball. Like I said, he's a threat running the ball. So we're gonna have to clamp down on him and make sure that doesn't happen. He has weapons in his aerial attack. Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones Jr.,